Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I'm Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my first video back after a few days away on vacation, and that is going to be my September melting basket, which has a lot of lovely apple things, early transitional bakery type ideas for fall, and just a lot of scents that I want to make sure I don't forget about, because as my Scentsy collection grows and grows, a melting basket's very important so that things don't just get stuck on back shelves and they never get melted. So let's dive right on in, starting with all things that have to do with apple. So the very first one is going to be called Red Delicious, and this was part of our Bring Back My Bar promotion over the summer. Now I put this in my club for a moment there, but then as I'm melting all the different apple scents that I have, there are quite a few here in this box, I realized 2 or 3 of each of these scents is just going to do me, so I pulled that to make room for some other things that you'll see later in this video in my club, because of course you're editing right here at the very end of the month, because I'm filming this on the last day of August, which is also the last day of our spring-summer catalog for 2024. Anyway, so this is a great scent. This is an old-fashioned, very old-school 90s country apple wax, and it's really happy. It's just gentle and sweet and mellow. The reason I was going to keep it in my club for a minute there was that it is super, super authentic old school type apple, and I really liked it. It's a good thrower. It's nice and sweet. Now, the next one, I actually put this in here to do a mix, and I'll pull the other bar that goes with it. Johnny Appleseed is our most popular apple scent that's always in the catalog. This is stronger than the last one that I showed you. It's more of a Mac apple, where the Red Delicious really is a little sweeter, a little more gentle. This has a higher level of concentration. It's a little bit more sharp, not terribly so, but it's got some pear peel. And this goes exceedingly well as a 1-to-1 cube mix with Gimme Candy. I don't really love either of these all by themselves, but I consider this one of the best transitional scents between August and September to melt together in the same warmer. And both of these will be in the September 1st catalog launch. So we've got Gimme Candy, which is a super sweet candy corn, buttercream, almost taffy-like scent. It's super, super high octane. Ooh, and this one's a little juicy. This was gifted to me from a friend. I think I'm going to order one more bar when the catalog launches tomorrow, but this is just decadent and gooey and lovely and really oily, because she was storing them, I guess, differently than I do. And then you mix that with Johnny, and you get this creamy, almost confectionery apple candy scent, but it's to die for. So that's why these are in my melting basket. So the next one is probably the most elegant apple that we have ever offered, and this is Apple Press. This was in the catalog a while ago too, and then it ended up in BBMB. I have 2 or 3 bars of this, and as I started to count the number of different apple bars I had, that's why Red Delicious got pulled out of my club. This one has a little bit of rose, so it's the most elegant. It's the most grown up, and I know there's this new trend going around where they're talking about being demure. This bar is definitely a demure. I don't know if I know the entire joke, but I keep hearing it from my kids. I know it originated from Mulan, and then everybody's taking it all over the place, and it's kind of goofy. So anyway, when you have 20-somethings and late teen girls, you're going to hear all the squawk. So this one, Orchard Apple and Spice, after the Apple Press, which is just a nice, good, medium strong, that elegant, demure apple with the rose. This is one that I kind of regret pulling from my club, because I got a stack, and of course that stack will last for a while, but I think I'm down to 2 bars. This is cherry wood and apple, and a little bit of just really authentic cherry itself. It's beautiful. This would be amazing to get back and bring back my bar at some point. That is one of the nicest early orchardy wood apple smells I think Scentsy's ever done. And the next one is Autumn Hearth. Now this is going away from just hardcore apple for the sake of apple and going into apple spice, but it's so good. This is one that I put in my scariest scents ever from Scentsy's next catalog that's going to launch tomorrow. Trying to convince all of you to get past just opening the clam and thinking this smells a little funky because of the tonka bean. Just smelt it. It's incredible. It's just the perfect balance of apple spice and a little bit of emberiness, and it's smoldery. It's great for a cold early fall day. Now the next one seems to be more popular, and that is apple and cinnamon sticks. Now this is a bit more tailored. I really think of this as a September specific scent for my own melting. So you've got the white pumpkin, you have the oak, you have the apple, and you have the cinnamon sticks, but it's not that really warm, spicy cinnamon. It's more just kind of there to add a layer of depth and almost like a woody cinnamoniness. It's good. We've had this in many different products over the years. I'm not sure if this is offered in much at this point, maybe in a pod. Actually, I should look. Let me take a look at that because I have the catalog here for another video I'm going to do next. Let's see what this is offered in. Apple and cinnamon sticks. Ooh, it comes in all the things. So we've got the fragrance flower, the Scentsy pods, the car bar. Okay, the scent pack. Yes, that scent, apple and cinnamon sticks, is one of our best sellers when it comes to apple, and it's in all the things in the catalog. Okay, the next one that I have here, this is so good, you guys. This is brown butter pumpkin, and this is the first thing I'm showing you that's new release that will be available tomorrow for the first time to all of you as customers. The new releases in the catalog this year are fantastic, and this is a powerhouse, middle of the road, but good and decadent, buttery brown sugar pumpkin. Oh, I'm so excited about melting lots of this bar. It's just good pumpkin. It's not squashy. It's not an underperformer. It's just great. It's really, really nice. So I can't wait to get into that. And then the next one is our scent of the month. So this is spooky but sweet. Okay, so here's a story that I hope I don't offend anybody because I don't have boys, so there's never any potty humor in our home or anything like that. But there is a friend of mine who is a director, and on Facebook and things, you'll see some different advertisements. And the girls and I were on vacation with my husband, and we had taken the pods with us. I didn't take wax on the vacation. But when you're sharing a hotel room with 3 other adults, basically, because at this point they're in their late teens, and something stupid happens, and that becomes the inside joke. So my friend had this poster on Facebook, like a meme, and it wasn't even this particular scent, but she was joking about how if you had a spooky dookie, you could clean it up with the room spray. And we were all just dying laughing because I had brought sweet but spooky. So I don't know, it was late at night, we were all kind of delirious, and we're just laughing our heads off about the fact that we've got this spooky but sweet pod going, and we're going to clean up any sort of issues that might happen with any spooky dookies that get laid because you eat the wrong things on vacation. So I don't know if any of the rest of you find that nearly as funny as we did when we were all delirious in the middle of the night, but this is now a strange scent memory for me about crude humor on vacation when you need to be sleeping. So spooky but sweet all by itself, fabulous bar aside from my little sidebar there. If you already know what Gimme Candy smells like, and you know what Scary Good smells like, even and equalize those two out, and you get this beautiful new spooky but sweet. Oh, it's so nice. So I've got Gimme Candy. I did not put Scary Good in this melting basket because typically I'll reserve that more for October and November. So this is just sweet and sticky. This is the Gimme Candy. This is the spooky but sweet. So it's got all of that, but then you're adding a layer of nutmeg and maple, and it almost smells like pumpkin, but not quite. It's so good. And the pods were incredibly nice in our hotel room. I'm going to order more. And you guys know pods are something that is taking me a long time to embrace. But the next thing I have here is a really old bar that my mother-in-law still has in her club, so I'll get one from her occasionally, and that is Toffee Butter Crunch. And this is another fantastic September appropriate bakery scent. It's just so good. I mean, you cannot do better than the toffee. There are walnuts in this one. The butteriness, it's a boomer. So this is another one. If we ever see this in Bring Back My Bar voting, please try to get that one back if you miss some of Scentsy's best bakery. Salted caramel toffee is excellent, but I like the Toffee Butter Crunch even better. And then another one my mother-in-law allows me to get once in a while from her is the salted caramel cupcake. And this is deeper. This is kind of sticky, but it's really good. And I like to mix this with Scentsy's coffee. And I just had a revival of thinking that Mocha Doodle is decent, so I may try this with that. It'll be good with breakfast blend. It'll be good with whatever that other coffee one is that I've had a couple of in my club that's in my stash now. Really nice for mixing. And then this is one that I hoard that my sweet friend Tammy will sometimes give me one or two of because I don't have this one in my club, and this is cinnamon buttercream. Now, I only found out late in the game how much I loved this, and I didn't club it. And of course, I think it was last fall, they cut this and the peanut butter one, which the name is totally escaping me. Those were so nice, and Graham Cracker Crunch. I regret not clubbing them, especially the cinnamon buttercream. It is just rich and gentle, and again, perfect for early fall bakery melting. It's so nice. Okay, so now I have a stack here where these, I was trying to kind of build transition layers, but these guys aren't doing a great job of fitting into any one program. Scarlet Sunflower is sort of all by itself. This is our only fall floral. I think this might be in fresh, but really this is a floral scent. And it's so good. Do not be scared of autumn floral. If you like mums, if you like sunflowers, if you like going to the farmer's market with those beautiful hand-tied bouquets with the dahlias and all that, that's what this smells like. It's beautiful. So it's got the sunflower, it's got the cranberry, it's got the apple. It's elegance in a bar. So good. You got to try that. Now, I am going to put in a huge plug for this when I do my next video, which is what would I recommend you order on September 1st from all the things I've had sneak peeks of and been able to deal with for a month to advise you as your consultant. This bar is my favorite thing as far as I will melt lots of this, and it's quintessentially perfect fall scent. It's just right. And that is apple spice season. Get this, please. If you like cider mill especially, this is different than that, but it's that same sort of very universally appealing quintessential fall apple scent. And just like cider mill, there's apple and pumpkin in here, but there's a little bit of spice. This is slightly more earthy than cider mill, but just beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy with this scent. I love it. I think that I'm going to try to get it in whatever products it is in the Harvest catalog line, because this is one of our 5-bar Harvest bundle examples. So this is not going to be one of our 10 new releases in the catalog. This is the Harvest brochure. The whole 5-pack is great, but this one, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to melt that. So another one I want to do with that is going to be Autumn Road Trip, which is phenomenal. It is one of my favorite, I would say top 10 for fall bars from Scentsy ever. Cider Mill is also in that top 10. This is outdoorsy, apple, pear, beautiful oak. It's slightly sharp and crisp, but still rounded and sweet. It's so good. Oh, love this. And then here's one where I don't think we'll see this year, but they tend to bring things back in flash sales or do some sort of a one-off licensing deal with, last year they did it in a brick. Jack's Obsession is an amazing apple scent. This is more of like a green apple cider with a little pinch of clove. It is, again, similar to cider mill, but just extraordinary, and this one needs to be used because it should be day glow green, not weird greeny gross. So then now we're really going to be transitioning into hardcore bakery. Toasted Marshmallow is a bar that we had in the catalog for a little while. It's great in the summertime. It's good with Bonfire Beach, but it's fantastic in the fall too. If you happen to have this toasted marshmallow in a club, or you've got a few, mix it with around the campfire and you really get a good marshmallow fireside. But it's really good all by itself or with some other happy fall bakery, so I wanted to throw this in here. And then here is one of the fall, I don't even know what to call this. This is like a unicorn bar that they only put out for 1 year. It's a cult classic with Scentsy people, and that is Sweet Plum Pastry. This is in my club. And it is so unique and beautiful. We have Rum Pum Plum in the catalog starting September 1st. It's just as good, but this is more fall to me, and Rum Pum Plum, you could use it any time of the year, but I feel like it's a little more festive. This one, though, it's got this just gorgeous crust, beautiful bubbly plum juice. It's so authentically bakery, and it's really cuddly and good on a rainy fall day. I love that one. And here's another one that I regret not clubbing, Breakfast in Bed. I got a couple in flash sales, I think 2 summers ago. This is such a good bar. This has that Scentsy waffle note that I adore. I'm out of Stroop Waffle Delight, or I would have put this in here. I've been swapping with people, and I got completely cleaned out because I only get 3 bars a year, and everybody looks for that. So, anyway, this is raspberry. It's got Danish. It has the waffle. It's got the cinnamon drizzle. It's got the pumpkin. It is high octane, gorgeous, gorgeous. Scentsy bakery goodness from back in the day. One that I found last year to just be incredible, and it's in my club still, is the 3 Thumbs Up bar. This, to me, is like the pumpkin version of apple butter frosting. It's not quite as sweet, but it's still got that richness and decadence. Some people only get out of this a bread note. I get almost more like a pumpkin muffin with a cream cheese top. It's phenomenal. It does so well in my home and is the perfect early fall pumpkin spice bakery melt. Another one that I got in, I think it was BBMB in January, is toasted caramel sugar, which is beautiful. It's like a milky, sweet, slightly burned caramel syrup. But it's still fluffy. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so, so good. And this could be mixed with pumpkin. This could be mixed with cinnamon. You can do it all by itself. It's a very versatile bar. Really, really nice. Now here's one where I just picked up a bunch in clearance, and this is called Coconut Pumpkin Pie. You've heard me talking about this because I wanted to compare it to the pumpkin sticky bun that's currently in our Gordy Goodness. That is excellent too, but I do prefer this by a little bit because this has almost like a gingerbread spice and then that almost pumpkin coconut, like not a custard pie like a custard that you could use with a spoon, but the type of custard that's cooked with the eggs. So good. It makes me want to go and make one of those pies. Excellent. All right. Here's one of the other just best bars when it comes to our new releases. Gingerbread pecan waffles. You guys, you got to get this. If you missed Stroop Waffle Delight, this is not as strong, but it's got that same really, leave it. It's got that same note, just toned down. And then you're going to balance it with the gingerbread spice and the molasses and the pecans. And it throws well. It's not quite as much of a boomer as Stroop Waffle, but it is just a lovely bar. I am so excited to get more of this. It will melt a lot of this all fall winter. Okay, now speaking of bakery, apple butter frosting, I would be remiss not to throw this in a September melting basket. This is happiness any time of year. It's one of my top bars of all time from Scentsy. One of the things where if I were whittling clubs down to the top 25 bars, this would be staying for sure. It is just this luscious, heavy, decadent buttercream with the spices and the apple, and it's perfection any time of the year. But I think it is a scent of September. Next one, I'm a little bit sad that I never clubbed this because this went away when I was still getting used to the idea of clubbing, especially for fall. Honey pear cider. So good. I have a few bars. I hoard them. I don't trade these. This, why did they take this away? Oh, it needs to come back and bring back my bar. This is the most beautiful pear cider. It's different than cider mill. It's different than anything we've ever done. It is delicate. It's light. It's juicy. It's beautiful. This is younger daughter's favorite, so I'm very careful not to melt too much of that even myself. I usually save it for her. Okay, hay rides. Now this is bar number 2 for me of hay rides. The very first bar I was a little bit worried that it was slightly heavy on the funkiness. It really isn't. It's just that sometimes we get that first pour as consultants, and I think the oil ratios aren't always right. And then over time, we get more and more bars, and this one was far more balanced. It's perfect. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's the cedar, the hay, the apples. It's beautiful. Oh, it makes me so happy. Melt this with Autumn Road Trip. You will just feel like you've already gone to the apple orchard and come home, and you didn't even know you went. It is so good. Okay, next one is in my club, and that is Autumn Blaze Maple. Now, I'll melt this all fall long. This is, oh, it's so good, but I love maple. It's thick, rich, heavy, sweet, pumpkin. It's got some woodiness to it. It's got the maple. It's got the spices, but they're kind of gentle. It is a glorious scent, and it is the emotion of this beautiful color. It's just, I can't say enough good about it. Okay, next one, Farm Stand Pumpkin. I almost left this for October, but I like to melt this one earlier rather than later. It's light and gooey and sweet, so it's got the caramel, it's got a little bit of apple, some cinnamon stick and pumpkin. I feel like this almost has an authentic sweet golden hay note though. Where Hay Rides is gonna go like heavy, this has sweetness. And to me, it's a little bit outdoorsy, and I just absolutely adore that scent. It's only a medium throw though, so know that. Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin. Here's another one I regret pulling from my club. This was Harvest Trio before it became Harvest 5-bar bundle. And it's so good. So it's got like a little pinch of spice, a beautiful like cashmere vanilla, and then the pumpkin. It's warm and sweet and gorgeous. Okay, got a couple left here, and then we've got some fresh scents. Cider mill, because you just cannot have fall scentsy goodness without cider mill. I want this in a brick. I've been saying it for 3 or 4 years now. I don't know why they haven't done it. Because this is one where it's perfect, but like the apple spice season, you need a little bit more volume of it than some other scents because it doesn't throw super far. It's absolutely glorious, and it's just the perfect cidery apple and pumpkin scent. So then the next one I've got here is First Day of Fall. This is one of my kids' favorites. It's a golden woodsy pumpkin with nutmeg. I like it, don't love it, because it's a little bit sharp with the fall outdoorsy fresh for me. Now I've got a few left here where I wanted to go into things that would be fresh and more green, but not too much into winter. So I did pull one that has nothing to do with any specific time of the year, and that is lime and sugarcane. I just have this in my club. I want to test it out and see how much more of it I really need. This was from BB&B. This is almost more of like a spring summer scent, but it's sharp and clean. And sometimes with all the heaviness of the spices and everything, you just want a palate cleanser day. So this is lime, effervescence, sugarcane. It's a little bit, it's not really savory, but it's not a super sweet scent. It's slightly refreshing and tart, really good. Then I do have an old school favorite that was in our catalog for a while, older daughter's favorite, Blue Sage and Tonka. This is a beautiful bar, also for a rainy day, but more the cuddly day-in type of rainy day. This has got black lavender, blue sage, tonka bean, and so it's kind of creamy and warm, but yet it's still kind of cool from the lavender. Really phenomenal bar. I love that one. Now, this is also in our 5-bar bundle. This, I think, will be appropriate more middle of the fall and beyond, but we might have a cold day in September. Peaks and Pines. This is gorgeous, you guys. It is so good. It's tree-like, but not so heavy that you think Christmas yet. You got to get this if you liked last year's, which I also have here to compare it to. When it comes to their sort of tree outdoorsy scent, I think in a fragrance flower, this is going to be amazing. And I'm even thinking about getting it in pods. So then last year's iteration of that same bar that's always in our harvest collections was Fall Into Love. And this one, yeah, see, this is a little bit more green and a little bit more woodsy, whereas the other one is more piney and mountainy. And I mean, it's called Peaks and Pines, and this is called Fall Into Love. I truly don't remember what the notes are in this, but this is a little bit warmer, a little bit less mountain-y. So then I just have a couple things left I wanted to put into my basket. Cashmere leaves. This is a beauty for September and October. One of the more unusual bars that we had last year. And this is in my club. They did not bring this back into the catalog. So, beautiful apple spice. And then there's this mysterious, almost exotic layer of cashmere spices. It's different. It's not like just apple spice American Harvest. This goes somewhere. And it's glorious. It's rather feminine, and the leaves in here, it's almost the tiniest bit smoky. Great bar. Then one that's in our current Gourdy Goodness collection, which you can even still order today, Hollow Harvest. This is sophisticated. This is smoky and sweet and just gorgeousness. Sort of dark, stormy September or October night, but then there's also the warmth, almost like there's an oud in it. Just beautiful. So then after that, we've got Falling Leaves, which is something from BB&B in January. And this is a really unique bar. This has cinnamon and patchouli and clove, I believe, or just clove and patchouli. So it sounds a little bit scary, but it's actually pretty good. And this has been sitting for months, and it didn't get too strong. It's just warm and smoldery and lovely. I really want to enjoy melting this in the early fall. And then I would say last but not least in this particular melting basket, Autumn Sunset. This is a classic. This is sort of a Yankee-esque scent. Always in the catalog fall winter, thankfully. I always think they're going to retire it, and they don't. It's deep, it's spicy, it's old school, but it's also very welcoming. And it is far more fall than it is winter. So I hope that those were great suggestions. I wonder what you guys are doing when it comes to putting a melting basket together. I have so much wax that I'm thinking I may even pull another basket that's not just Scentsy, and I don't know whether I'll film that or not, but just to make sure that I get through all the things. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed my September early fall melting basket, and that you guys have a great Saturday. God bless. Bye-bye.